Hey, everybody. Welcome to the very first episode of our brand new podcast, Two Dads, One Up. I'm Indara, and I'm here with my co host, Billings, and we're ready to kick this thing off.
Yes, we are. So this has been something we've been talking about for, Indara, what do you think, 2, 3 months now? Because,
At least, if not longer.
yeah, and the reason why we wanted to do it is we're both have been gaming pretty much our whole lives. It's a big hobby for us, big passion, and we love doing it. We love talking about it. We want to share our passion that we've been doing since, I'd hate to say it, the 80s. The key talking points we want to hit are like our lifelong love of gaming, start where we started both in the 80s, how gaming has evolved alongside us, and why now we felt like it was a good time to start this pod.
Yeah, me and Billings first met. Pretty funny. There's this pretty popular Punch Out streamer named Whiteout who I did a collaboration with months and months ago with playing a game on the Xbox. And every so often I would slide into his stream and just chat with the people there. And I would always see this guy, Billings 12 Gaming, in there making little quips and just talking and being an overall all around awesome guy. But we didn't really talk all that much in there. And one day he ended up in my stream and we were joking around and stuff. And one thing led to another. And he ended up in my Discord and we've been hitting it off ever since. Now we play games together, Path of Exile, Overwatch. It's crazy how it evolved.
What was the one we did co-op?
Split Fiction.
Split
We
Fiction,
did.
yeah, great
Yeah,
game.
Split Fiction.
Yeah, so I mean, gaming as a way is as between us. I mean, gaming connects people. It's a big thing. When me and my friends all graduated high school, we all kept in touch when everyone was in college through gaming. So, I mean, gaming is just a good way to keep in touch, make friends, and to common interest of a lot of people.
Yeah, what's really interesting is like I know Billings is the same way, but I've always been a big gamer from when I was
Mhm.
a kid to as I got older and older and older. Now I'm 40, and I didn't think that many of my peers were like really into gaming like Billings is and like I am. But once I started playing around on TikTok, streaming, talking to other people in the gaming community, I realized like it's actually not that weird or that uncommon. I know Billings talks a lot about some of the other creators out there and some of the podcast style things that they do. And we were like, we could do this. Like,
Well,
we have good takes.
we could try, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
Billings is really the brainchild behind this. He had idea after idea after idea, making promos. He was locked and ready to go.
And Dara is a talker. He knows his gaming history, he knows his video games, and he will tell you all about it happily. And I love listening to him. I know a lot of people he has a Discord, there's a good community in, and a lot of people in there have the same interests. And he really talks to them about the gaming history. He's a big time retro gamer. And I've actually learned a lot of retro game stuff from him, and it's pretty interesting. I feel like the reason why we wanted to start this, we wanted to share. I'm more of a modern gamer. Like I play more modern games, and Daria's got the retro games. So it's kind of a good combination that we can share this with people. We just wanted to have a space to talk about games the way the gamers really do. Like that's all. We want to have honest opinions about games. We want to do passionate debates, fun, chaotic, and strong takes. A place that doesn't feel corporate or forced. We just want to be here, have fun, talk about games, share our passion. Hopefully, we can make it fun along the way, and you guys can have fun and join us in the journey.
Yeah. Gaming news, gaming reviews, takes on things, opinions. Me and Billings, we talked about it. We both love if you scroll through TikTok and YouTube, you'll see a lot of guess the character, guess the top 10 most popular games on this console or that console. We both have a shared love for that kind of
Love it.
content. And yep. And every time I see those videos, I'm like, man, I would love to do that. It looks so much fun. So we're just gonna do it.
Percent. We got a couple surprise games lined up for you guys in this episode. Hopefully, you enjoy them. Do you want to talk about some influences and inspiration for your history of gaming?
Yeah. Yeah. So, I've been playing video games since I don't know, 4 or 5 years old. My dad had bought a television before I was born. So even from when I was first able to walk and hold a controller, I was playing games like my favorite from when I was a kid, Beauty and the Beast. Actually, pretty awesome. It's kind of almost like Donkey Kong in a way on the television. Games like Astro Smash, football, baseball, all your basic Demon Attack and television type games. Then when I was still very young, the NES came out in what, 86, something like that?
86, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't think I had one until I was probably like more closer to like 6 years old, 7 years old. So I'm gonna call it like 91, 92, where the Genesis and the SNES I think were already out. But that's when I first got my NES. and playing Super Mario Brothers 3. What else? Double Dragon 2. Oh my God, love that game. Like so many games made such a big impression on me from back then. And then just going through the years, I went to Sega Genesis, Sega Saturn, PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, all the way till now, PS5, Switch, etc.
We good? Okay. Yeah. So my journey's kind of the same as Indara's, actually. I remember again my first NES, I believe it was Christmas of '88 or '89. And I remember Christmas morning just falling in love with the Mario and Duck Hunt cartridge. I played that game for days and days, and I beat it, which and then I remember strongly my next two games were The Legend of Zelda and Punch Out. Still play those two games today. They are classics, and they automatically they got me hooked on the video games. I don't know why. I don't know what it was about them. I mean, 88, 89, I was 4 or 5 years old, and there was just something about them that I loved, and I haven't stopped gaming since. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I mean, we both got together and really met each other and bonded over Punch Out,
Punch
which
Out, yeah.
I think it's funny because I also growing up was one of my favorite games as a little kid. I used to go to my neighbor's house, and I think I almost I remember really struggling to get past Bald Bull 1, the first Bald Bull 1 as a little kid.
That
I think I
that
was able to
charge
eventually
punch,
get. Hmm?
the charge punch.
Oh man. And I think I was able to, as a little kid, able to make it to Soda Popinski a few times. I could never get by him. But it's funny now playing the game and being able to beat the whole game when as a little kid it seemed like it was impossible. It's kind of interesting, kind of
What-
cool.
I know you want to, so you want to tell the race story from a couple months ago?
I wasn't gonna put you on blast
Oh,
like
go
that,
ahead. It was
but
funny.
me and Billings, we kind of had this mutual challenge. We both streamed Punch Out at the same time. And we're trying to see who could beat the game the quickest, kind of like a race. And I was coasting pretty well through the game. I did pretty good, but Mr. Billings over there, Mr. Billings 12 Gaming,
The pressure got
got
to me.
stuck. He got stuck at Super Macho Man and couldn't beat him. So I beat him in the race. He didn't even beat the game at all.
I didn't even get to Tyson.
No,
I couldn't get by Macho Man. It was brutal.
so he can be tough. I find him to be very easy now, but there were definitely points where like when I was younger where I would really, really have a hard time with him. So
It's
like I
funny.
kind of get it.
It's funny because with Punch Out, like I feel like people find some fighters tough and other people find those fighters easy. Like you say Soda, you think is one of the toughest. I think Soda is really
Yeah.
easy.
I think
But
Soda's hard.
but you think Macho Man's relatively easy, and I think Macho Man's one of the toughest. It's
I
so
used to
weird.
think I used to think Macho Man was hard.
Yeah, I think I don't never have issues with Soda. I find him very easy.
I struggle with Soda every single time I beat him. Even when I beat him in one try, it's like it's hard.
Is it?
It's hard. I mean, I usually beat him in one try, but
Yeah.
it's not easy to do for me.
So, as for our vision for this podcast, before we get going, we just want to we want to try anyway. We want to create a welcoming community for any sort of player, casual player, hardcore, retro gamers, retro gaming fans, modern gaming, even people who just like to watch streaming. We just want to have a welcoming community for anyone who wants to come in and enjoy some banter. Hopefully, it can be funny, and hopefully we can see if it grows. If you want it, what do you think listeners can expect from us, Andara?
What do I think they can expect
Yeah.
from us? Well, I think they can expect to see some awesome guessing games. I love, like we talked about before, I
Yeah.
freaking love those. I intend, and I'm sure you do as well, to really focus on gaming news.
Mhm.
Games I'm interested in, I'll be down to talk about, and you're interested in a completely different set of games from
Yeah,
what
it's
I like.
great.
What was that game you were talking about? Crimson Desert?
Crimson Desert comes out in March.
Never heard of it. I don't care. Billing's all about it.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Meanwhile, I get excited about things like new Dragon Quest games and things like that. A new Mario games really excite me. Like I get all pumped to like read what's that game going to be like. Super Mario Brothers Wonder. No one cares about that game from what I've seen.
I do. I love that game.
You do?
I love
Okay.
Mario Wonder.
All right. Well, when it was coming out, no one cared about
Nobody.
it that I talked to,
Yep.
and I was so pumped for it. I played it. I loved it.
Same.
And then like the game gets no respect. I feel like I
Yeah.
thought it was great.
I think it's underrated personally.
Me too. Great. My 8th favorite game of 2023.
Look at you. Yeah. If you guys don't know, Indara likes to stream games every year, and he has a rule that he makes where any game he streams, he has to beat. And fun fact, 2025, he streamed and beat 77 different video games.
It's not nothing.
Check him out on TikTok and his Twitch and his YouTube. He actually posts game reviews of those 77 games. I think you have all the way up to 56 posted right now.
Yeah. Yep.
So he puts a lot of work in them, and I've witnessed him play some tough games, and the man does not know how to quit. It is
Like I
quite
think Billings
funny.
would agree. I'm not especially good at games at all.
No.
But I just don't give up.
He doesn't quit. He doesn't
I
get
don't.
discouraged. He will do the same boss fight for. This isn't an exaggeration. I witnessed him do the same boss fight for 4 hours straight, and he does beat it.
Was that Nameless King?
Nameless King. Yeah,
80 was it 87 deaths or
86
something?
deaths. Yep,
Oh my god. I beat him.
you did, and then you went on to cruise the rest of the game, kind of.
Madeira took me, I think, 61 deaths or something.
Yeah, but
Madeira
that was the
took me a
final
minute.
boss. It's supposed to take you a while.
Madeira wasn't the last
Oh,
one.
he's not.
No.
So our idea for the show, what it will be is, we want to do. I know Indara wants to do real talk reviews. We're gonna try and review multiple games a month, give our takes on them, and we'll discuss them with each other. We'll have unfiltered reactions to any gaming news that comes out. We're going to try to keep up to date. We'll have our friendly debates. As Indara has stated, we have different likes in the gaming hemisphere. I like more modern stuff. He likes more retro, and definitely a nostalgia mix with modern gaming because that's the styles we like. Now if we want, if Indara is ready, we'll tell you guys a little bit about ourselves, give a little background more so than just our inspiration, and we'll go on from there.
But yeah, we could do that.
Your turn. Go ahead, buddy.
Yeah, all right. Yeah. So as I mentioned earlier, I'm old as hell. I'm what the young kids call an unk. I don't know if you've heard that term, but I am 40 years old. I live in New Jersey. I'm married with 2 kids, and I'm a pencil pusher by day and a gamer by night. I stream almost every day, playing single player games until I beat them, as well as multiplayer games with friends from Discord and just friends I've met on my streaming journey. Friends like Billings 12 Gaming, Kirby Girl Nicole, Rev Bomb RR, and others. Whiteout, I mentioned before, who's like a somewhat notable Punch Out streamer.
Number 3 in the world.
And what's that?
Number 3 in the world.
Number 3 in the world, yes. And I stream on Twitch, TikTok, and YouTube. I post things sometimes I post like YouTube shorts and like little TikToks as well. And I'll post on X, Instagram, Facebook. I'm like kind of all over the place. And yeah, my long-term goals for the streaming is just to have fun, meet people, play fun games. There's nothing better to me, and I'm sure Billings can attest to this. I have such a blast playing a game I like, a game I don't like, and just interacting with people and talking to them about the game. I freaking love it. What about you, Billings? What's your background?
So again, I'm old. Consider me an unk, 41. Been playing games since 1980s. Let's see. My first console, as I said earlier, was the NES. My favorite console of all time, though, I would probably have to say the Xbox 360. And I think the 360's game catalog is probably one of the best, if not the best. But mainly the 360 is my favorite due to the multiplayer gaming aspect. The amount of memories I have from playing games like Halo 2 Online, Gears of War Online it's stuff I'll never forget. Me and my buddies used to play those games all night long until the sun came up, which probably wasn't the best idea, but it was always so much fun. I'm trying to start streaming, and Dara keeps yelling at me saying, just do it. But I keep making up excuses. And again, he keeps yelling at me, stop making excuses, just do it. It's fun. So I'm going to hopefully start streaming more on TikTok and Twitch. I have it all set up. I just have to, like Indara said, start doing it. Platforms I've played, or my platforms I play mainly are PC, Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo. Nintendo, Xbox, and PlayStation. I've never had a preference on anyone. I always love them all because they all have their own exclusives that make me want to be on that platform. Let's see, favorite type of game, I would say is a single player story driven games. Nothing gets me more hooked on a video game than a good story. If it has a good story, I will get engrossed. Like it's almost like I always say it's like that's how my book. Like instead of reading a book, I will get engrossed into a good story game. If I had to pick a top 5 video games of all time for myself in no particular order, The Witcher 3 would definitely be on there. Claire Obscure Expedition 33, which I just played, is I think one of the best video games ever made. The original Legend of Zelda, God of War 2018, and The Last of Us. As you can see, other than The Legend of Zelda, 4 out of those 5 are huge story-driven games with great stories. And Dara, what's your favorite console? What are some of your top games that you've ever played?
I mean, my top games are definitely way different from yours. I mean, consoles I'm playing now, I play whatever, I play everything. But back in the day, like my favorites of all time, easily Sega Saturn. It's a lot of nostalgia. I was in middle school playing a lot of games, a lot of really good RPGs, games that would be considered to be like gems and holy grails now in 2026 were games I just happened to have wanted to get as a kid in middle school, and I had and just had such a great time with. I also love the Nintendo Switch. I think the Nintendo Switch has one of the best libraries of games ever. I think it's really underrated, even though a lot of the ports that are on the Switch aren't really that well done. It's still overwhelming just the vast quantity of quality games that were ported to that console, as well as the first party games that are brand new and exclusive to that console. I think it's just fantastic. And then I also have a lot of nostalgia for the NES, which I mentioned.
Yeah.
But top 5 games of all time. The only newer game on there is Baldur's Gate 3, which I just played 2 years ago. Or yeah, 2 years
It's
ago.
probably on a lot of people's list.
It's just such a fantastic game. I'm a Dungeons and Dragons fan. I play Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition now. That game's based on that system, and I think they did a wonderful job with every single aspect of the game. So love that. I mentioned before about the Sega Saturn and about those Holy Grail RPGs, and my absolute favorite one of those is Shining Force 3, a game that I think everyone should play that likes RPGs, and I think very few people have actually played. I also love Final Fantasy Tactics, which I think a lot of people have played. I think it's a fantastic game. I love Metal Gear Solid 3. In general, I love the Metal Gear Solid franchise, and that's my favorite one, in my opinion, with the best story, the best characters, and just so much aura. And was that 5 or was that 4? Oh, and Warcraft 3 also.
You can't forget about
I'm
Warcraft.
bad at RTSs, but I've always been fascinated by them. There's no RTS that exists that I'm good at. I cannot play them. But man, do I love that game. From the story, the characters, the gameplay, the variety of the units, the way that there's one of the things I love the most, like from when it first came out, is you have Warcraft 2, Beyond the Dark Portal, and Tides of Darkness, where orcs and humans were roughly the same with some minor differences in like their casters and some of the more niche units. Then StarCraft came out, and there's 3 races, and they're all pretty different. But dude, Warcraft 3, the differences between the races, and then the inclusion of the hero units, the creeps, it's such the depth of that game back then was insane, and even in 2026, it's deeper than almost every single game that I can think of. So I like it.
I don't want to put you on the spot here. Would you consider Baldur's Gate 3 the best RPG of all time?
Objectively, yes.
I don't think it's.
In
I
an
think that's a
objective way,
very
yes.
common opinion. I tried Baldur's Gate 3 and I couldn't get into it because of the turn base.
Well, it's slow. The combat's slow.
Yeah, it's very slow, and it's just something I've never really gotten into. Other than a couple of Final Fantasy games, I've never really gotten into a turn-based game. So I feel like the Baldur's Gate 3 turn-based is so in depth. I would tell my friends that I feel like it's like a mini RTS every single battle, placing your troops exactly where you want them. And
I don't really view it like that. I see what you're saying, but I don't really view it that way.
no,
If you're-
I'm in the minority.
If you were to compare that to a JRPG like Chrono Trigger or something,
Mhm.
it's like you're moving like at a snail's pace. So I get it.
Yeah.
You're just wrong though, but it's fine. You could be wrong.
Hey, like I said, I'm in the minority. Baldur's Gate 3 is, I think, probably majority says it's the best RPG of all time.
And out of ones I've played, I can't think of a better RPG game. Nostalgia wise, there are days where you might catch me where I might say Shining Force 3 is better,
Mhm.
but objectively, it's not.
Yeah.
That's like a nostalgia thing, you know?
Now you said it's based in the Dungeons and Dragons universe.
And with the rule set and everything.
Oh, really?
Everything about it everything is done with D&D. The spells, the interactions, the way skill checks work, the way social interactions work, the world, the areas, it's all based on Dungeons and Dragons, specifically 5th edition, which is the edition that I play.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Now I heard there's something coming out that you wanted to talk about. What's this YSX Proud Nordics?
Oh yeah,
I've never heard of this.
So there's a have you heard, we talked before about the Trails in the Sky, right?
Yes, I watched you
About
stream one
those
of them.
games?
Yep.
And you're like a little familiar with them, right? So that same company, they also there's also a series called Ys that they make. That's how you say it, is Ys.
Okay.
There's a lot of games. As you know, Ys X, it's not like Mega Man X. It is Ys 10. It is the 10th mainline game. And there's some spin-offs too. There's a lot of games. They're all action RPGs. They're very similar to, have you ever played the NES game Crystalis? I feel like you probably have.
I have, but only briefly.
Okay. So Ys 1 is basically exactly like that, except way better. It's just a way better game. But it's almost exactly, and Crystalis is a good game. It's not bad. It's a good game. But Ys 1 is basically exactly like that. But then the series kept going and getting deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. And I think in all the games, or in almost all of the games, you play as the same character as Adol Kristen. Ys 10 Nordics, just pull out my little bullet points I have for that. 1 second. So I didn't play when Ys 10 first released. I own it, but I haven't played it because I heard as soon as it dropped that they were going to come out with an expansion that was going to greatly expand it and everything.
Mhm.
So the Nordics release, it adds a whole new area to the game called Oland Island, and it also gives you like a bunch of like quality of life and graphical improvements. It's basically like an expansion into the East game, and it's a single player action RPG. When I say action, that means it's not turn based. It's not like Dungeon Crawler or like Diablo or Path of Exile.
Yep.
It's more compare it to, I would say, something like, did you play Crisis Core?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, okay, something like maybe more like Crisis Core.
Okay.
Something like more along those lines. The older East games were push combat, where you just like, you actually don't press an attack button. You just ram your character in enemies and hope you kill them. But the newer games, it's more like Crisis Core like that.
Okay. When's that come
I
out?
think it's actually a series you'd probably like, to be honest.
When's it release? Or when's the update?
Well, the original game's been out,
When's the update?
but I actually didn't write it. But it's I know it's coming out this month,
This
so
month?
I think it's already out.
Okay.
Actually, East Nordics.
What's a game you're looking forward to coming out soon? Anything?
Yeah, on the 27th of February,
I know
Resident
where you're
Evil
going.
Requiem, baby.
Now, have you played all the Resident Evil games? All mainline anyway?
No, I didn't play Village, and I didn't finish 7 Biohazard. I didn't finish. Otherwise, the rest of them, yeah.
What about the 2, 3, and 4 remakes?
The number 4 I did.
Okay.
Number 4 I did. 2 and 3 I didn't play the remakes. No.
Yeah, Requiem.
Or remake was exactly like the original 4, just like a little upgraded.
Yeah. What's how do you feel about Requiem about the character switching? That's new for
Yeah.
Resident Evil, right?
Yeah, so I actually didn't look that much into it.
So basically, your Leon is back, Leon Kennedy, and I'm blanking on the new character's name, who's the daughter of. Now I'm gonna have to look it up. Ashcroft. Ashcroft.
From Code Veronica?
Yeah, I think she's the daughter of. Let's see, Resident Evil.
So I a lot of times when I'm looking forward to games like that, I try not to spoil much for myself. I try not to read stuff about them.
Yeah,
That's why I'm very
Grace
I'm very
Ashcroft she's the main protagonist along with
Okay.
Leon, and I guess you switch between both characters based on what you're doing. It's completely different play styles.
interesting.
Yeah, it's almost like a Grand Theft Auto 5 approach where you can switch between characters. So we'll see. Any other games on your radar? Oh, go ahead.
Well, hold on, just real quick though. But Resident Evil 0 was exactly like that.
Oh, that's why I actually, yeah. Any other Resident Evil done that before?
Yeah, Resident Evil 0 did exactly that.
Did they?
And I know a lot of people don't like that game, and I think in some circles it's considered to be non-canon, I think. But Rebecca Chambers is definitely a canon character. But I think a game's good. I like Resident Evil 0 a lot. I think it's like in the middle of the pack for me in a series that I think is just in generally a very high quality series. So did you play 0?
I did not. I've not played. I've only played a couple of Resident Evil games. I played 1 obviously when it first came out. 2, 4, 5, and Village. Some of Village. So.
Well, I don't know how well our guessing game is going to work later if you haven't played most of the games.
Well, I know the history of them, so we'll see.
Yeah, you're cooked, I think, buddy.
Why? You probably picked a really obscure character, didn't you?
No.
We'll see. Well, I guess so. We'll see. I guess we'll have to wait and see.
So I was actually looking over some of the Dragon Quest characters, and I'm
Mhm.
like, I don't remember a lot of these people.
Well, we'll see who wins theirs. Any other games on your radar?
Yeah. So speaking of Dragon Quest, I know we talked before we started recording that I
Mhm.
wasn't going to talk about Dragon Quest 7.
Okay.
But I thought about it, and actually, I think I will. So I had just made it to those familiar with Dragon Quest 7. I just made it to All Trades Abbey, and I just unlocked the ability to change vocations. However, I do have almost 30 hours into the game, so I just wanted to give some really quick impressions that many might disagree with. But when I first started playing it, I think the graphical style is beautiful. I love the way the characters look so doll-like, and I think just in general, I play on the PS5. I think in general, it's just a very good-looking game.
It's a beautiful game.
Yeah, and it's got the familiar monsters I love, the familiar abilities I love, the music, everything, right? It makes me feel warm in my heart to know that Akira Toriyama designed most of that, even though he passed away in 2024, rest in peace. But as I played through the game, it was so hand-holdy, and Billings has heard me say this probably 20 times. It was so hand-holdy that it actually, as I started to get further into the game, it started to get off-putting. I'm using auto battle a lot, and people are like, "Oh, why are you using auto battle if you're complaining it's too easy?" I mean, they really were pushing me to use it when I first started the game. The developers want me to use it. Should I be fighting against how they want me to play this game? So I was playing it the way they want, and I ramped the difficulty up before my last stream of it, and it's still, I found a couple of the bosses to be tough, but still, it's just so brainless, and like they just always tell you where to go. Go here, now go there, now go here. Like, I'm not even having to think. I'm basically talking to chat, not paying attention to anything, and just gliding through the game. That's not good. That's not
Yeah,
what I wanted.
and this was a
In
game you were
Dragon
really
Quest 8,
excited about.
yeah, in Dragon Quest 8, Dragon Quest 4, Dragon Quest 5, you go into a dungeon. If you're not leveled up properly, or if you don't have the proper amount of like resources to use to make it through, you might party wipe on a random enemy, or you might get to a boss of a dungeon and you just don't have the resources left to win, and you get wiped out and have to do it all again.
Yeah.
In this game, I haven't been wiped out a single time in 30 hours. Is that
No.
fun, Billings?
No. But so my question to you would be, do you think this is a way they kind of dumbed it down to reintroduce the franchise to fans?
I heard that's what they did with 11. How many times are they going to do the same thing?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Yeah, I've watched Ndara play a good amount of those 30 hours, and I can tell you one thing, he isn't paying attention and he's not struggling.
Not
Like,
paying attention at all.
no, like not paying attention at all. He's just gliding through the game, and he's actually getting. You could see like his excitement go down every single stream because it's so mindless and easy for him that it's almost like he's wondering why he's playing it. But he has that thing, like I told you guys at the beginning, he will not start a game that he does not beat. No matter how bad it is, no matter how boring it is, no matter how good it is, he will always beat the game. And yeah, that's what he's doing with this one.
I'm not gonna go as far as to say that it's bad. I think that's a little extreme of a thing to say.
No.
But it's not good either.
Do you think the problem is they made it too easy compared to the original?
Yeah, I mean, there were so many complaints about the original game though,
Mhm.
and I skipped 7. I owned the PS1 version and the 3DS version. I skipped it because I read it. It's just it's not intuitive. It's long. It's a slog. It's cryptic. And I was like every time I thought about playing it, I'm like, let me play this instead. Let me skip. I skipped it and played 8. I'm like, let me do this instead. So there was a little bit of a barrier for me to start playing it.
Yeah.
And 7 came out and it was supposed to be a lot more accessible. So I was like, oh, let me dive into this game finally. I've skipped it for years. Let me dive into it. And
When you just said you owned 7 for PS1, you reminded me of something that you didn't tell the audience about yourself. What's one of your hobbies?
game collecting?
Yeah, how many games do you have?
Yeah, I've over 3,000 physical games. I collect games on pretty much every major console that's come out since the 80s, barring a couple. Like I don't collect Atari or TurboGrafx or like a few other things, but for the most part, I collect like pretty much every major console. And obviously, I don't have complete collection. I don't have complete collections of anything, but I would say I have some of the prime games you would want for all of these consoles. Like 32X, I only have 4 games. I have Knuckles Chaotix, and what's the one game people buy at 32X for?
That one, yeah.
Knuckles Chaotix.
How long have you been collecting for?
I haven't been collecting seriously since I would say 20. Let me put it at like 2015-ish is when I
Okay.
started to really collect games.
Do you have like an end goal in mind for your collection? Like, do you ever want to get a complete collection of anything? Any
No.
system? No?
No.
Just get games you want.
There was a point where I actually regretted it. Where I was regretting having all these games, all the cartridges, because of how easy it is to emulate.
Mhm.
And I was like, oh man, why do I waste all my money on this? You just emulate all these games. But then when I started really streaming a lot, I realized there is a dramatic difference between playing on real hardware and emulating.
Absolutely.
And
Yeah,
now I
especially
don't
the
regret
older games. Yeah.
Now I'm like, you know what? I'm okay with it.
Yeah, it's funny because I'm the opposite. I look back and I wish I didn't get rid of all my hard copy games and take advantage of all those GameStop trade-in deals and trade in my games to get new games. I wish I still had all my games, but I'm full digital, and I see when you pull out your random like NES cartridge of a random game, like that's so cool that you have all those.
They really do play different. It
They
really does play different.
Well, like we were talking about Punch Out earlier, Punch Out emulation and Punch Out original hardware is night and day. I mean, it's the latency alone you can tell. In that game, you cannot have latency.
Milliseconds of difference in your button inputs in Punch Out makes it
Makes a
it
huge
a big
difference.
it's a
It definitely does.
especially against Tyson. It really matters.
Yeah. So so we talked about Dragon Quest, we talked about Proud Nordics. Are there any other games on your radar coming out in the near future?
Not for me. What about for you?
Like you mentioned earlier, Crimson Desert, I'm really looking forward to. I'm looking forward to it, but at the same time, a little weary of it because it is coming from a studio who is an MMO studio. And from what I've read, this was originally supposed to be an MMO game that they transitioned into a single player action game. But everything they've released about it, information wise, everything they're saying sounds amazing, almost to the point where is it too good to be true? So it's kind of like a wait and see. But if they hit on the things they're saying, it could be a game of the year contender, in my opinion. So March 19th can't come soon enough.
Can you talk a little bit about that game? I'm not that familiar with what
So
kind of genre it even is.
it's tough. I guess you would consider it an action RPG. but it doesn't have traditional RPG elements. I was reading an article today where your character will learn its moves not by unlocking a skill, but it learns its moves by fighting other characters. So basically, if you're fighting a boss and the boss does a move, your guy will learn that move by fighting him and beating him. It's huge open world, zoned open world.
Like a Blue Mage, kind of
Huh?
like
What's
a
that?
Blue Mage.
I guess it's weird. They have these systems in it that are kind of new, but it not only is an action RPG, there's also like a city building aspect, or in this, it's like a farm. Like you build your farm, you farm animals, you grow food. Just has a little bit of every genre in it, which kind of is why I'm like, are they trying to do too much with one game? It's third person. They have some of the zones go from like there's almost like one of the areas is like a steampunk with like robotics in it, but then one of the areas is like an empty desert and like medieval, and so it's got a little bit of everything.
Is it like swords and shields, or is it like
Swords
guns,
and
or is it a
shields,
mix?
sword, shields, magic. Yeah.
Oh,
It's a like I said, it's a really big mix. It's something completely different. I guess it's been in development for a long, long time.
PC only?
No, PC and console. So
I would consider checking it out, maybe with the way you described it. Maybe.
yeah,
I don't know.
I mean, we'll hold out hope. So you ready to do your top 10? Let's see if you can nail the first game of the podcast series.
Sure, let's do it. Let's rock it.
All right. So what we're going to do here, since as we know, Indara is a retro game super fan. Per IG, we're going to go by IGN top 10 Nintendo games of all time. We'll start with
And
number
you're
10.
saying Nintendo.
Nintendo as a whole. Yep.
Oh,
From
geez.
NES to Switch 2. Top 10 games.
So it's like who? Just IGN's opinion?
So IGN did a top 100 list of the best Nintendo games of all time, and I just took their top 10 from that
Looks
list.
like their opinion. Okay. All right. Let's go with Super Mario World.
Super Mario World was number 3.
Okay. We're gonna hit Super Mario Galaxy.
No, Super Mario Galaxy is not on the top 10.
Super Mario 64.
Not in the top 10.
Super Mario Brothers 3.
Not in the top 10.
Ow. All right. There might be more Mario games, but I think I'm gonna veer off. Let's go Super Metroid.
Super Metroid is number 8.
Super Smash Brothers Melee.
No Super Smash Brothers on the top 10.
Mario Kart Double Dash.
Not Double Dash.
Mario Kart 8.
8 Deluxe is number 10.
The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time.
Ocarina of Time is number 6.
Legend of Zelda A Link to the Past.
A Link to the Past is number 9.
Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Number 2.
Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom.
Number 1. So
How
right
many I
now
left?
you have 4, 5, and 7.
Only 3 left. Oh,
Yeah.
I got this. Come on. All right. Could there be more Zelda games? Let's go the OG Legend of Zelda.
It's not on the list. No more Zelda games.
Metroid Prime.
No more Metroid games.
Let's go Super Mario Odyssey.
Number 4.
Okay. All right.
You got 5 and 7. One of them you have mentioned during this episode.
Mentioned during this episode.
You have mentioned it during this episode.
Kid Icarus. I'm just kidding.
No.
That's a joke. That's a joke.
Good game.
No more Metroid.
Nope.
Hold on. No more Metroid. No more Zelda. You didn't say no more Mario.
No more
Didn't
Mario.
say that. Crap.
So one of them you mentioned before, and one of them is probably one of the most famous video games of all time.
I'm like blanking.
You're going to be mad when I tell you the most famous one that you didn't say.
Super Mario Brothers 1.
No more Mario.
We said no more Mario.
Nope.
No more Mario. No more Mario. No more Zelda. No more Metroid. Those are like the
Yeah.
go-tos.
But these are 2 well-known games.
Donkey Kong Country 2. Donkey Kong 64.
No Donkey Kong.
Banjo Kazooie.
No Banjo.
Can't be. It can't
Nope.
be Banjo Kazooie. That wouldn't make sense. It's not gonna be F-Zero. Let's go. Let's see. Nintendo. Let's go away from NES. Super Nintendo. Could it be a Kirby game? Could there be a
Don't
Kirby game on the
necessarily
list?
go from NES. Don't necessarily go from NES.
Metroid, Zelda. Donkey Kong's not Nintendo. Donkey
Donkey
Kong?
Kong is a Nintendo. No Donkey Kong, but Donkey Kong's Nintendo.
I'm saying like OG got Donkey Kong. That was a Nintendo. That's a published Nintendo.
I think so. I mean, it was a Nintendo exclusive.
Well, you said it's not that.
Nope.
Let's see. Double Dragon isn't
Nope.
even Nintendo. It can't be Capcom games. So there's an NES game. Oh my God. Why can't I think of it? I mentioned it?
So one of them you have mentioned this episode. One of them is probably considered one of the most famous video games of all time.
Castlevania's Konami. I mentioned
Nope.
Castlevania. It can't be that.
You want a hint?
Yeah, give me a hint.
All right. Hint for the most famous one of all time is Game Boy.
Tetris?
Tetris is number 5.
I wouldn't have got that without the hint. I wouldn't have got it.
Now the one you mentioned before.
Why is Tetris? If we're gonna have Tetris, why is that not number 1?
Apparently they like Zelda better.
No.
I believe the way you
I
mentioned
mentioned
this, the way you mentioned, I believe you asked, if I remember correctly, if I played it before. I could be wrong. My old man brain might be remembering that wrong. It's number 7 on the list.
You know, Banjo Kazooie was rare too.
Yeah,
It's rare. Yeah, that's not even Nintendo. So I mentioned it. I asked you if you've ever played it. I asked you if you play Resident Evil Zero. It's obviously not. It's an NES game.
it was released. No, sorry, it's an SNES game. Yep, released in
Can't be okay.
1995.
Earthbound,
No, it is a JRPG though.
Chrono Trigger.
There you go, Chrono Trigger.
That's Nintendo published.
Well, that's
No,
where
it's not.
it's not necessarily published by Nintendo. It's just best Nintendo games. Let's see if it was
Oh.
published.
I think that's what was throwing me.
Maybe, yeah.
Because that's Square. That's
Yeah, that's
Square.
Squaresoft. Yeah.
Yeah. So
But yeah,
I never would have guessed that because
it's just best Nintendo games, not best published Nintendo
Okay.
games.
All right. Yeah, I never would have got that because of that.
Not
Okay.
bad. You got what,
Got
8
like
out of the
8.
10 right away?
Yeah, I got 8. I would say those last 2 don't really count.
They don't really
get
count.
those.
Why? Because you didn't get them, they don't count?
I'm saying it doesn't count as me getting them is what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I never would have got Tetris. I never would have got. I just never would have.
So now we have you guys want to do some guess the characters? You want to go first?
I just went. So you want to go?
Here we go. Yeah, let's
All
do
right.
it.
So what Billings 12 Gaming wanted to do was he wanted me to choose a Resident Evil character, and he's going to ask yes or no questions, and then he's going to try to guess who the character is. Let it rip.
Is the character female? Is the character prevalent in the first 3 Resident Evil games? Ooh, we're going more. Are they from the mainline Resident Evil games?
Ish.
Good guy or bad guy?
Both.
Oh, sorry, good guy. You said yes or no questions.
Both.
God. Were they more prevalent before or were they more prevalent after Resident Evil 5?
No.
Okay, so it's 5 or before. Were they in Resident Evil 4 or 5? God, you're going to pick one of the random games? So I'm guessing they were not in a Resident Evil game with a numbered. They were not in 1, 3 through whatever we're on.
They were not.
Were they in Code Vein?
Code Veronica?
Code Veronica, sorry, yeah.
Yes.
And you said not good, not bad, or both?
I said they're both. Yeah.
They're both.
Yes, if he was good or bad, I said both.
And it's a male.
Yes.
And they've been in all the games. Well, they've been in other games besides this one. Chris Redfield, he was in multiple. Yeah, he was in 5. So it's not him.
Not Chris Redfield.
Not Chris Redfield. What was that guy's name? Wesker.
It's not Albert Wesker, no.
I was trying to think of Code Veronica guy, people. So it's not Wesker, it's not Redfield. What was that guy's name? Rodrigo something.
That's Resident Evil 3.
Oh, it is? He wasn't in Veronica? I don't know. I'm drawing a blank here. I'm trying to think of Code Veronica.
His name was Carlos, I think.
The character's Carlos?
No,
the one I'm thinking of?
I think it's his name.
So who was the twin brother? What's the twin brother's name? Am I on the right path with the twin brother?
I know who you're talking about. It's not that.
Okay.
It's not that person. You're talking about the antagonists?
Yeah.
The cross-dressers? No, it's not that. It's not that. I think it's actually just one person, but it's not that person.
Oh, who's the young guy that teamed up with Claire and Chris? Am I on the right path with that?
Yes.
Man, what's his name? Byrne?
You're on the right track.
Steve is his first name?
Yes.
Man, last name. Steve Rayburn, something Byrne.
You're close.
Steve Byrne.
You're on the right track.
Something Byrne, right? I don't know if I'm going to remember it. Steve.
I can't really give you a hint without you giving you his name because you pretty much know who it is.
I don't want to hold up. I'm not going to be able to get the full name. Steve.
So before you
Byrne
give up,
something.
so the reason why I said both is because towards the end of the game,
Yeah,
it gets turned into like a mutant zombie thing.
kind of like a zombie.
At the end. Yeah.
What's the full name?
Burnside.
Burnside. I would never have remembered Burnside.
You had it. You I think honestly, I think I should give it to you. Honestly, you knew who it was.
I don't know where, but Ray Byrne. I'm like, it didn't sound right, but I'm like, I can't think of anything else.
I feel like you earned that. I feel like if we could put a point in the board for
Give me half
Billings
a point. I'll
12
take
Gaming,
half a point.
I think you deserve it. You got him. You just couldn't remember exactly the last name.
I'm glad you did Veronica because that's one of the few of those side Resident Evil games I did play a little bit of.
So in my opinion, so you probably feel like I picked a super niche character. In my opinion, I didn't because he's one of the only 2 main playable characters.
Yeah, I don't think he's niche. He is one of the good guys for the most of the game. I mean,
there's only 2 playable characters in the game. But can you play as Chris? Maybe I know he's in cutscenes.
I
don't think so. I think
don't think you play with him. I think he's just there, and you play as him in 5.
I don't think you play as him.
So okay, so one guess the character down, and Dara gave me. He's brave. Pretty much all of Dragon Quest to pick a character from. He said only the games he's played, but he's played like 10 to 12 of them. So I was nice though. So let's see how he does. Okay. Dragon Quest character. Here we go.
Is the character playable?
Yes.
Is a character male?
Yes.
Does the character have an actual name?
Yes.
Terry.
Well, when you say actual name, I mean,
Because in some of the games, like for example in Dragon Quest II, all three playable characters don't have names. You have the Prince of Mightenhall, the Prince of Cannock, and the Princess of Moonbrook. They actually don't have names.
oh, so you wouldn't consider like the prince of or princess? You wouldn't consider that just their name?
No, I mean, if that's the character if you chose one of those characters, I would have to guess that.
Okay.
Well, the reason why I asked you, do they have an actual name, is because I say those aren't names.
Okay. So then, no, he does not have an actual name.
They don't have a name.
No, they do
Are
not.
they in Dragon Quest II?
They are.
Is it the Prince of Mightenhall?
It is.
There you go.
Oh, the damn name thing.
There you go.
Yeah, I would have said Prince. I would have said like the Prince of Mightenhall is his name because that's just what he's called.
You get to name him though. You get to name him.
That's true. You do get to name him. Yeah.
Yep. Dragon Quest VIII, the same thing. I think he's just like the hero. I think Dragon Quest VI, it's like that. I think Dragon Quest V, it's like that. I think in almost all of them, your main character doesn't even have a name.
So in my research for this character, I found something interesting. I wonder if you know. While you choose his name, he is often referred to as Alan in Japanese novelizations.
I did not know that.
Yeah, very
Why?
American name for Alan. So
Not for nothing, I kind of crushed that.
yeah, I think you got done. What, 4 questions?
Yeah. Although that he is the character you chose is the main character in the game.
Well, I
So,
tried to go easy since you were doing 2, you had to do top 10 and this. I wanted to ease you into it.
I did bad in that top 10. I did.
You got stuck on the last 2. You got to give yourself credit. You got 8 out of the 2.
I feel like Chrono Trigger, I still might not have got it, but I think knowing that Square developers were I thought it was just Nintendo developed games, because every other game on there, I think Tetris is Nintendo developed too. I think, pretty sure.
I don't think it's different.
I think it is.
Let me see.
So I think every other game was Nintendo developed. So that's what. So even like something like Conker's Bad Fur Day, in my mind, that wasn't even a choice I could have made, because I thought it was just Nintendo developed.
Let's see.
So Chrono Trigger, I never would have guessed, because it's Square.
So Tetris licensed it and published it, yes, but they do not own it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I also wouldn't have guessed Tetris.
See, I
just wouldn't have thought of it.
To me, Tetris is a Nintendo game, just because that's basically where it got its popularity.
I mean, it's definitely one of the best games ever made. I mean, I'm not the biggest Tetris guy, but I understand it's one of the best games ever made.
I
Like,
think
get
it's
it.
still top 3 best-selling video games ever made, or best-selling video games ever.
I mean, it sold how many Game Boys in the 80s?
I mean, the
90s?
Game Boy survived because of Tetris.
Yep, legendary. I owned it. I had
I
very
owned
few
it.
Game Boy games, and I had it.
Yep, I owned it. That's one of the only Game Boy games I had.
I had like 6 games. That was one of them.
Exactly. So I think that brings us to a close of our first episode, unless you got something else you want to talk about.
No,
If not,
I had a lot of fun. That was great.
I did too. That was great. If you want to,
The games, they're fun.
they are.
Ooh, they're fun.
We'll be doing those quite a bit. So if you guys like games, feel free to comment on these videos when we post them. Give us ideas. We definitely would be open to any ideas that you guys might have. Everyone, grab a headset, grab a snack, and buckle up. This is the Two Dads, One Up podcast. We're Aaron, Dara, and Billings, and this is the first chapter of our video game podcast adventure. Hope you guys enjoyed. I know I had fun doing this. Can't wait to do it again. I hope Dara feels the same way.
Right.
All right. We'll be posting these on TikTok, YouTube, anything. Come find us. Thanks again for listening. See you guys.
See you guys.